We are now going to Florida, where we are also joined live via Zoom by Eric Mandel, the founder and director of Middle East Political Information Network and Security Network. Good evening, and thank you for being here. Obviously, some big news, and it just really hot off the press. Still, apparently, the vote is being finalized. Reports are out. It's been approved, but that is not official, the official word as of yet. But tell us why this is so notable and what your thoughts are.
So possibly this is simply to give Israel a breather. The troops are getting exhausted. They may need to refocus in Gaza. Bibi says that it will allow them to focus on Iran, although I don't know exactly what that means. But let's get down to the nitty-gritty of what the problem is. How will the international community enforce this agreement to ensure Hezbollah is disarmed and goes north of the Litani River? Is there going to be American, French, German troops there, or we're relying, as been in the past, UNIFIL and an impotent Lebanese armed forces, even though there are over 70,000 supposedly? Who's going to dismantle the terror tunnels? There are all kinds of terror tunnels there, attack tunnels, ones between cities, ones where trucks can go in, that go all the way from South Lebanon to the Bekaa Valley or to Beirut. And what about the returning 1 million Lebanese who are going to, the supposed civilians? Will Hezbollah be embedded? Who will monitor that? And without a buffer, how will the Israeli residents feel safe going back, knowing that their plan was for their Radwan forces to attack like October 7th? So I think here the details are very, very they're playing fast and free. Netanyahu is painting this in a certain way. The one thing he hasn't mentioned, even though he said that this was related to like Iran maybe, and then we can focus there, he hasn't mentioned what the pressure was from the Biden administration. Was the Biden administration going to threaten Israel in international organizations or not give them protections? Those are the leaked rumors. The point here is, this doesn't seem to be a great victory for Israel, and Hezbollah will survive.
Right, and with that said, also within the rank and file here, with the Prime Minister meeting with other members of the Security Cabinet, we have other major ministers here who didn't think it was a good idea, like Itamar Ben-Gvir and Bezalel Smotrich. So even some of his biggest supporters not in favor of this. Could this affect the coalition itself?
Yeah, I certainly could. Listen, people like to say for the two most incendiary members of his far-right coalition, Ben-Gvir and Smotrich, but they actually have a point at this time that this may not be the best agreement for Israel, where they have Hezbollah on the defensive, Iran is on the defensive, Hamas is on the defensive. Should Israel be either acting more or demanding more? So I don't think this is unreasonable. I don't think this is necessarily a far-right position. Talk to the citizens in northern Israel. I've been talking and speaking with many people, and I've been reading what the people up there are saying. I spoke with a soldier up on the north. I don't think people are really enthusiastic here, other than from the exhaustion and wanting to find some way to go on. But I guess the best hope you could have here is maybe they're hoping for this next 17 years after this third Lebanon war, that they could have 17 years of quiet like they did from 2006 until October 7, 2023, or October 8th, when Hezbollah started firing. Remember, you're dealing with a U.S.-designated terrorist organization controlling a sovereign state and seems to be demanding Israel, which is the victim here, if you will, to capitulate. And America, the major ally of Israel, wants to get this over with. But these are existential issues for Israel. And unfortunately, I think you're going to be back sooner than later with kinetic actions up north.
Okay, thank you very much for your insight. Eric Mandel, founder and director of Middle East Political Information Network. Have a great rest of your evening.